And welcome back to the Shawn Witten Coaching Show. I'm your host, Tom Taylor. It's been a great year to come over here and cover the Cyclones. They finished up 10-2 and kind of ran into a buzzsaw in the final game of the 2015 season. And, Coach, they came to town, the Warriors, and they showed us, obviously, they're a very, very good football team. And I don't think there's anything to be ashamed of. You got beat by a team that obviously is a heck of a football team, losing 48-19.
Well, we knew it was going to be tough, Tom, and our kids came out ready to play. We had some opportunities in the first. We knew we was going to have to kind of weather the storm a little bit. We knew defensively it was going to take maybe a series or two to kind of get adjusted to the passing game. I thought we did a really good job in our coverages. We were right there, a step away. A couple times we just didn't make the tackle. I thought we did a good job of putting pressure on Cole Smith, but we just saw how he was able to escape the pocket. Though their second series, a touchdown, we had them first and goal in the 24. They called a holding call, and then the next play, he scrambles in for a touchdown. So they had a lot of plays that kind of took the momentum right out from underneath us. We had a couple drives that we moved it a little bit, but just couldn't get anything going. And we knew we just had to kind of hang in there and just love our kids' effort. Our preparation through the course of the week was phenomenal. Our kids were ready to play, and it just didn't work out for us.
You said here last week and talked about the fact that they have so many athletes, probably more athletes than Elizabethton. We're going to play them on hard, and they come to town with the Smith kid, the Pope kid, and maybe better athletes, but not kids with any better heart. And your guys laid it out there for you Friday night.
Well, we did. We did our first half. I mean, we just we found a way to put a drive together to put it to 13-6, and then. We were right there. We got a stop with a chance to go, maybe a chance to tie it up, and we just couldn't get anything happen. But, it's just our kids have laid it on the line all year long. I mean, the effort has been great this season, and we've got a lot of mileage out of a lot of kids. I mean, a lot of kids have played a lot of minutes, a lot of games, and have fought through some injuries. That the one thing I like about our team our Friday was everybody that started the season was finishing the season. For a lot of teams that doesn't happen. A lot of kids fighting through some injuries, like we mentioned. But you just gotta make those opportunities count. When you play a team like CAK, sure they're going to be tough to defend for 4 quarters. We caught some breaks a little bit, but eventually a team like that, when you give them too many chances, are going to. That's why they're as good as they are, and that's why they're a 2-time defending state champ.
He is a competitor. Stings, doesn't it?
It does. It hurts pretty bad.
Yeah. As soon as I was sitting down, I thought, this guy's hurting because the kid's hurt. But here it is 3 or 4 days later after the game, and he's hurting because he's such a competitor. I asked him, so what do you do now in the afternoon? He said, I'm looking for things to do because I'm used to being in practice. Yeah. So love this guy. We'll take a quick break, come back and look at the highlight package. Also, a little bit later in the show, we're going to talk to Lucas Honeycutt, the head basketball coach of the Cyclone boys team. And also we'll come back here in the final segment and pay tribute to 10 very, very fine seniors that have put up some great numbers for Elizabethton football. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll have the highlights package as you're watching the Shawn Witten Coaches Show.
Trucks, 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 and more trucks. At Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, we have Silverado trucks everywhere with discounts up to $11,000 off MSRP on select Silverado All-Star Crew Cabs. 15 Spark, $10,995. 15 Sonic, $12,995. 15 Track, $17,995. 15 Equinox, $20,995. Shop us online 24/7 and don't forget our Saturday service hours. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where they leave you asking, how do they do that?
Whether lying on the beach, just working in your yard, or watching NASCAR racing this weekend in Bristol, your skin needs protection from the harmful effects of the sun. Blue Lizard Sunscreen delivers broad-spectrum SPF 30-plus protection that comes with smart bottle technology. Our bottle changes colors in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. It's the brand most recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide, plus it's made right here in the Tri-Cities. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, we've got you covered. And welcome back to the Shawn Witten Coaches Show. I'm your host, Tom Taylor. Of course, we're in that part of the season we're kind of switching and making the move from fall to winter. And we'll be back with Coach Witten in a few minutes. We want to get young man on, does a fabulous job coaching the Elizabethton Cyclone boys basketball team, Coach Lucas Honeycutt. And, Coach, hard to believe we cycle back around. Here it is. It's basketball time. I remember we were just talking about, not that long ago, talking about tournament and how you all did in the tournament. And boom, the season wraps up, and it's cycled back around. Here we go again.
Oh, yeah, it just seems like it just ended, and now it's back here again.
Refresh our memory. Tell us how the Cyclones did last year.
Had a great season. For the first time we went to district champs and regional champs and got a home sub-state game, and that was huge. Got eliminated by Knox Fulton. Played a pretty tight game there, and I had a chance to go down the road to Murfreesboro, just come up a little bit short. Had some great senior leadership all year, and finished up very strong.
2015, 2016 Cyclone basketball team. Talk about who are some of the kids you're going to be counting on.
Oh, we got Bo Pless returning. He's played since he's a sophomore, started since he's a sophomore. We got Michael Robinson, who was a great shooter for us last year, coming back. We got some other kids that are question mark kids, but shown a lot of promise in the summer and these early scrimmages. Trey McCray is going to be doing a lot of ball handling. Adam Cornett, another ball handler there at point position. They're going to split some time or maybe play together some. Jalen Smith, he's one of Shawn's guys coming out of football, and Alex Norwood as well. Those guys will have to play inside for us. We got Hayden Townsend coming back. He's a junior. He looks to be pretty good. Another senior, and Tevi Mushai-Munda, come off the bench for us ever since he's a sophomore, been our six-man energy guy. Great player, and we'll look to him a lot as well. All in all, we've got some question marks there, but it looks like we're going to have a lot of options to go to. Got some big freshmen coming in, a couple 6'4" guys that we'll have to see if we can work them in the mix somehow, some way.
Soon, quickly.
Oh, yeah.
At 6'4" freshman. Let's talk about the schedule. Of course, the Three Rivers Conference is where you participate, where you play, and who are some of the teams you feel like will be pretty strong this year in the conference?
Sylvan East returns a lot. Look for Sylvan East to be really strong. They were good last year. They were right there on the verge of being in the same position we were last year. Sullivan South lost a lot of people last year to graduation. But I think they're a school that, they've got a lot of good athletes, and they'll be okay. I think a lot of people look for them to be down, but they'll be okay. Johnson County gets most of theirs back. Graduated good player in Chase Phillips, and went on to play some basketball at Milton College. And other than that, they got all theirs back. They'll look to be strong. Unicoi got some good kids that were young last year. They'll still be a little bit young, but I look for Unicoi to do big things. Happy Valley's class is now, seniors. They'll look to be strong there as well.
Before I let you go again, we're talking to Coach Honeycutt again, talking about boys basketball here at Elizabethton and the schedule. You guys are in some tournaments. You hosted tournaments, so kind of tell us about the non-conference schedule. Who are some of the teams you're playing?
Yeah, we've kind of vamped up that non-conference schedule again. We've looked to play a little doubleheader here at Thanksgiving over at Sullivan South. And we've got Hardin Valley and Gibbs coming in there. We're playing back over in the round ball in the hall. That's going to be CAK and Webb, two great teams there. And then we're having our tournament here at home. Got a Chattanooga team, Hickson, coming in. One from Memphis, George Washington Carver, and a few local teams to go on there. Just trying to get that thing started. Chick-fil-A is going to sponsor that for us, and should be a really good tournament.
Pretty excited about the season coming up?
Oh, yeah, we're really excited. We're always excited for basketball to roll around. Football team had a great year, so maybe we can feed off some of that energy, get it rolling.
This young man's one of the, I say young man, he's much younger than I am, but this young man is one of those hot commodities here in Northeast Tennessee. A heck of a coach, does a great job. And how many years you been at Elizabethton?
This will be my fourth year.
Fourth year.
Yeah, this will be my fourth year.
Go ahead and brag. What's your record?
I don't know what it is.
You had a 20-win season last year, district champ, regional champ, and one step away from getting to Murfreesboro, right?
Yep, and that's the second time these kids have gotten to that position. And so they've been knocking on the door. We just we want to try to break through. We want to try to get down there to the Murfreesboro. That's our goal. So.
There you go. You'll get there one day, too. This guy's driven. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Go Cyclones.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Lucas Honeycutt, the boys basketball coach at Elizabethton, will come back with more with head coach Shawn Witten on the Shawn Witten Coaches Show. Whether lying on the beach, just working in your yard, or watching NASCAR racing this weekend in Bristol, your skin needs protection from the harmful effects of the sun. Blue Lizard Sunscreen delivers broad-spectrum SPF 30-plus protection that comes with smart bottle technology. Our bottle changes colors in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. It's the brand most recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide, plus it's made right here in the Tri-Cities. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, we've got you covered. Welcome back to the Shawn Witten Coaches Show. Again, all the shows for 2015 are back again, video and audio on demand. Again, simply go to TomTaylorSports.com, and it'd be really cool to go back and watch all these great games this year. These guys have had a heck of a year at 10-2, and some great highlights, some great individuals we're going to pay tribute to coming up in the next segment, our senior class here at Elizabethton. And Coach, you get it started again. Your touchdowns, you have 3 to speak of on Friday night. First one kind of set up for us. Jeremiah Turner got you down close to the goal line. In fact, on a goal line, first, and I should say on the 1-yard line, on a 41-yard run. So Hunter Tyree sneaks it in, kind of set this play up.
Well, we finally put a drive together, and we did a great job executing, and we're back in it with a chance to, they go up 13-0. We make them miss an extra point. Next possession, we put a drive together that we needed to put together from the very get-go, but we still were within reach. We kept it 1 score. We knew going into this football game that we had to keep within 2 scores. 3 scores was going to get way out of hand. We had to keep it in 2 scores, but we had a chance. We moved the ball down the field. Jeremiah was running pretty good. Jalen Smith had a couple good catches. We had on the 1-inch line. Hunter was able to quarterback sneak it in there, and there we are, 13-6, with a chance to just stay in the ball game.
Next highlight's the 16-yard touchdown run by Turner. Set this one up.
Well, Jeremiah had played really well all game long. He did a great job on defense. Offensively, he ran extremely hard. Jeremiah's a guy that, he wanted this game really bad. One of our seniors that wanted this game pretty good, and he'd been in with us a long time, been in a lot of big football games. But credit to him. It was great for him to get another big score in his final football game.
Yes, it was fitting, too, in the final highlight here of the season. You have 2 seniors hooking up, Hunter Tyree to Drew Bowers for the touchdown.
Well, just, this was a drive late in the game where our kids were just out there trying to make plays, and, the score is in the hand where you just, you're trying to make big plays, put some things together. Our kids are working hard just to finish the game, and, it was great to see Hunter and Drew connect. Drew played extremely well this game, and it's great to when seniors can go out and play the last ball game and have a great moment where they hook up for one last time.
We'll talk about the seniors coming up in the final segment, but let's take a look at this season. We sat here back in August. You lost Caleb Jones. Of course, Ethan has graduated. Quarterback's gone. Your kicker's gone. You lost 20-some seniors. You're not starting from scratch, but the cupboard's somewhat bare, and yet your kids and your coaching staff meshed and really came on and ran the table there, at one point winning 10 in a row. And I would think from my side of the fence, looking back, reflecting back on the season, you've had a phenomenal year.
Well, it's been fun. I tell you, it's been one of the great seasons we've had. 10 straight wins. We had 2 defining games there early on, down 14-0 at the first quarter to Johnson City, and down 14-7 against Tennessee High at Tennessee High, both of them on the road. And just the way that we played the last 5 or 6 weeks, we were executing really well, a number of guys being unselfish, and then, the youth on this football team gave us so much energy, gave us so much enthusiasm. Those guys coming in, replacing, filling in a lot of big shoes. And, every week we sat on this show talking about several different kids that stepped up, and that's the fun part of being a part of this program is this, the unselfishness that we had this year. The number of guys stepping up and making plays, how fun it was to talk about guys like Scotty Oliver in at fullback. And so each week there was a little bit of unknown, but the same outcome happened on every Friday, and we won 10 straight games and put ourselves in great position. We wanted to be here and be in the best position we could be, and our kids did that. And I tell you, it was a fun group. It was a great senior class, a lot of good things from a lot of the young kids, and then just open up Citizens Bank Stadium, and the way we played here just really these guys got a lot to be proud of.
We'll take a break, come back, and pay tribute to those 10 seniors and tell you what a heck of a record they've had over 4 years here at Elizabethton High School, and also set the table for 2016, because it won't be long till winter work hard start and weightlifting, getting ready for 2016. So we'll do all that when we come back to the final segment of the Shawn Witten Coaches Show.
Trucks, 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 and more trucks. At Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, we have Silverado trucks everywhere with discounts up to $11,000 off MSRP on select Silverado All-Star Crew Cabs. 15 Spark, $10,995. 15 Sonic, $12,995. 15 Track, $17,995. 15 Equinox, $20,995. Shop us online 24/7, and don't forget our Saturday service hours. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where they leave you asking, how do they do that?
Whether lying on the beach, just working in your yard, or watching NASCAR racing this weekend in Bristol, your skin needs protection from the harmful effects of the sun. Blue Lizard Sunscreen delivers broad-spectrum SPF 30-plus protection that comes with smart bottle technology. Our bottle changes colors in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. It's the brand most recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide, plus it's made right here in the Tri-Cities. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, we've got you covered. Welcome back to the Shawn Witten Coaching Show. Thanks for being with us again. The show comes out every Wednesday at noon. And again, it'll be TomTaylorSports.com. As we said earlier, all the shows are out there archived. So if you want to go back, and I know that we have a spike in viewership around the holidays because folks come in from out of town and say, let's go back and watch the highlights and watch Coach Witten's show. And so we saw that last year, and so we anticipate the same this year. This is our second year doing the show, and the word's out there. Obviously, we're doing this, and we're very pleased about that. Coach, you look at this senior class. Let me run off the numbers. 11-3. Their freshman year, sophomore year 10-2, junior year the Cyclones are 8-3, this year 10-2. So combined, if my West Virginia Cyprins right, 39-10 the senior class. That's a heck of a record.
Well, just when you finish their senior year with 10 seniors, obviously we started out with more than that, and just a few decided not to stay with us, but especially being behind a class where you have 22 seniors, and the way there's so many question marks heading this season, and then enter a new stadium, new league, a lot of unknown, and I tell you, just so proud of these kids. Each week we've sat here and talked about each and every one of those kids, and how a lot of them have there's 9 of them that have been in our program for 4 years. One of them was this was his first year. This was his first year being in our school, but just so proud of these seniors. I mean, they got. When they talk about their senior season 20 years from now, they're the first ones to open up this stadium, 10 straight wins. So these guys really play extremely well their senior seasons. And the thing you're most proud of is all those guys had great senior seasons. And, not one of them had a moment where they didn't play well. Drew Bowers, you could go right down the list. Jeremiah Turner, just a number of games he's been big for us. The 2 offensive linemen, and Mark Chester and Caleb Whitehead anchored the left side of our line. Caleb Jones, there's a lot of, wish we had him a little bit this year, but, it's just the way things go. But he's been a big time player for us. Jalen Smith, an unbelievable senior season he had at being one of the dynamic wide receivers we had at Elizabethton High School, how he's able to play at a high level. Max Fisher was a special teams guy for us. That was the only guy that's been in our program just 1 year. Scotty Oliver, we've talked many a times, one of your favorite guys we've had here, but Scotty just, what each different one of those kids brings to your roster, to bring to your team. I mean, just, and Scotty brought that toughness to us, that fight to us, and, he just, he's arguably the MVP of our season, the way he got his things going at Johnson City. And then, Hunter Tyree, is a guy who's been in our program for 3 years. He waited his turn, and then passed for over 1,700 yards this year. I mean, that's remarkable. Kids wait the chance to grow up in the feeder leagues and in the middle schools. They dream about playing quarterback, being that guy. And, Hunter had a great senior season, and all those guys are just extremely proud of them. And, 39-10. And 3 of those, over 10 wins. Man, that's just remarkable for that senior class.
Pretty good for this coach, too, and his great coaching staff. Any of these kids we may see next year playing on Saturday somewhere?
Well, I think a lot of them have a chance. I think Jones is a guy that, if he gets back healthy and shows some things that he's capable of doing. Obviously, Jalen's he's going to be playing basketball this year, too. So, Jalen has definitely some dynamic guys with his 6'2", and the ability to run about every route in the passing tree. I think he has a chance. Jeremiah Turner's a guy that, he's definitely, has the ambition to go on and play. And so I think a lot of those guys, Hunter wants to go on and play. So I know that Scotty's got the body frame that, if somebody could get him in a program, it'd be a major steal for them. So a number of those guys probably can. Hopefully we're going to work like crazy to hopefully give them an opportunity, and maybe a couple of them will go right over next door to ETSU and see if they can get on the Buck squad.
2016, it'll be here before you know it. Let's talk about what happens now to Elizabethton football. Is there downtime? They get in the weight room? What goes on between now and spring practice?
Well, we just get ready to go in here before Christmas and start teaching the kids, get back in our program, and start teaching the kids with Travis Williams, our defensive line coach, and Forrest Holt, one of our assistant offensive line coaches. We'll get back in there and start teaching the kids the fundamentals of lifting weights in the off-season program, and then once we get back from Christmas break, it'll be full board, trying to get bigger, faster, stronger, and I think the most thing is the guys that aren't in other sports, trying to build that continuity and everybody working, and the guys that are in other sports finding time to get themselves in there to get a little bit better. And I think that this is it's going to be a great time to spend with a lot of young kids we've talked about. Get a chance to imagine got Garrett Jennings, the body for the frame that he's got on and getting a little bit bigger and stronger, and Corey Russell, see if we can get him 10 or 15 pounds bigger and that sort of thing. So it's going to be a fun time to spend a lot of time with the young kids. We're only losing 10 kids. That means you got, pretty much 90% of your team coming back. And, so we're excited about that. And then, a lot of times as you go through the course of the season, you spend a lot of time with the varsity guys, getting them ready for Friday nights and that sort of thing. So for a chance for me to really get to spend some time with the JV guys and the freshman guys, we had an outstanding freshman class and a JV team this year. So really get a chance to, get to know those guys a little bit better and spend some quality time with them and helping them get a little bit better in the off season.
So as they say back home, there's horses in the barn for 2016.
Well, there is. I'm excited about it. It's sad to see those 10 guys go. There's been a lot of great moments, and it's amazing that some of those guys, it's gone by this fast. And I tell you, it's when you say goodbyes to those other ones, you got to get yourself back in there and get to work with the other ones. And it's we're blessed in Elizabethton to have some great kids. And those 10 seniors, it's blessed to be a part of their life over the last 4 years. And, hopefully some of them aren't finished yet. And some of the messages you preach through the course of the season, overcoming adversity, facing challenges. Hopefully they've learned something about being in our program over the last 4 years. And, and then you just go back and start teaching it all over again. And that's the funnest part is seeing the guys once where they were when they first came in to where they are when they're leaving the program, and that's the best part. And you do that by building relationships. You do that by your player development, and our program has really thrived by its off-season preparation.
Love coming over here. I want to say thanks to Robert Kell for producing this each week, and appreciate his talents making the show go. And I say this, and I'm not kidding. It's an honor to come over and hang out with you, and the enthusiasm you bring to the program, and coming in here each week and talking about these kids in a positive manner. So it's always a lot of fun. Looking forward to season number 3. Be back over next year doing it all over again. And I do appreciate you and everything about Elizabethton High School. We've been shown the red carpet treatment every time we come over here, and these folks are class. They treat you like class, and I appreciate that. And you had a great run, 10-2, and get ready for next year. And I just want to say thanks for letting us come over and be a part of it.
Well, we thank you guys. I mean, there's a lot of schools that would love to be in this situation, love to have you guys come in here each week, talk about our kids. And, I think our program's better from it by the chance of all these viewers to come, like you said, get around the holidays and coming up, and, you can reminisce and go back and tell stories. And that's, when my buddies and I get around each other, the first thing we do is start telling the reminisce stories, the good old days. And I tell you, these are, great times to, appreciate you guys coming over and being a part of our program and all the great things we get to talk about our kids. And the thing about it is, too, a lot of times as a coach, you get so much in the preparation and trying to figure out a way to win the game that, this is a chance for me and for the kids to see. It's hard for me during the course of the week to go up and pat every one of them on the back and tell them this and that, but it's a chance for them to watch and say, hey, Coach Witten really does care and that sort of thing. But without you guys, it wouldn't be possible, and we're just honored and blessed to have you guys and represent the Cyclone Nation.
One thing about coming over here, I can tell you this: he does care. If you kids out there watching, the players and the parents, this guy cares about this system. And when I came here this morning to shoot this show, he's still mad. He says, "Man, this stung. I don't want to say goodbye to these seniors." So, but we have to, and so we'll wrap up our show for 2015. I want to say thanks to Champion Chevrolet, also Chick-fil-A and Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen being sponsors of the show. We appreciate that very, very much. And so we'll wrap this one up 2015. 2016 will be here before you know it. Coach, as always, give me some taters.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate this guy. He's class. Elizabethton, I'm just going to tell you, you're lucky to have this guy here because he cares about his kids, and you just feel it every week sitting in here. He loves these boys, and he's all ready for 2016. So for Coach Witten and for Robert Kell and also our other guest today, Lucas Honeycutt, the boys basketball coach, this is Tom Taylor, the host of the Shawn Witten Coaches Show, saying thanks for watching all year long. Go back to TomTaylorSports.com. All the shows are there. Each and every week, go back and catch the highlights of every game. And as we said, folks come in for the holidays. They sit around and go, let's go back and watch that game when so-and-so did this or so-and-so did that. So please do that because they're out there on audio and video on demand till further notice. So for Robert Kell, for Coach Witten, and for Lucas Honeycutt, I'm your host, Tom Taylor, telling you as always, win or lose, be a good sport. Thanks for watching the Shawn Witten Coaches Show. So long, everybody.